it like rocket fuel.
Blow your mind.
Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Ooh. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Yeah. When I've been up this When up and up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get on out my problems, let me.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Set. Waiting.
Mike spot 4.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Easy.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. on third down. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Hey, 382, last system. Shit.
Cousins now setting up the screen for Cook. And some space here. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards the pick up there. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
The hot, ready!
Here we go. Switch.
2. Zebra. Small.
Now Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Barely got the extra point. Meanwhile, over at Lambeau, an update. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. First and 10.
Hey, high 7.
51's the mic.
300.
Check 31. Check 31.
Move. High.
Cousins on first down. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, second down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It's called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Third and long for Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
And the Vikings first down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a first and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On third and 1, here's Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6.
Check.
Blue 60.
Check 55 to Mike. I got you, son.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He hits Jermaine Kearse. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
It's a gain of 14. It brings up second down.
Hey, 50.
4-yard line.
He's checking crack.
On second down now. It's Anderson, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Hey, wahoo!
55. Hey, eat.
Check. Hey. Check right. Watch 85. Better bring it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he's got that one complete to Darboh. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Amendola catching it left side. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. But now it's 3rd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. That's caught right side by Anderson. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
The final shot before the break, Stanford. And that will be incomplete. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. Cook able to escape. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and it is 28-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
He goes, set! Waiting! Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Check.
Play action. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with it.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Here's Matt Wild now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive with Anderson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
11. Right
there, 54 Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Stafford. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Striker Omaha. Black. Hey, Echo.
First down. Here's Cousins. Forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he gets it down to the 32. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yo.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch the twist.
From the 27, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, Stafford. And this is caught. I think he got that with 1.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on fourth down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on fourth down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
What? Hey, can't. Hey, Stever.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Lance 50. Good route here. Quick dash. Come.
Now Cousins. Incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. Third down here. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
To throw is Cousins. And he's going to go down here as sacked. They push him back to the 34. Devon Kennard drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Stafford now on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Amendola, the intended receiver. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll let their wide receiver take this one. It's Diggs. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 16-yard line.
Come on, D! Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Now Cousins. Screen pass to Blount. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
We got 6.
LeGarrette Blount, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
45. Lions, nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got 19. He's marked. He's not going to.
They start the drive with Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Completes it to Blount. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
No, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, it breaks another. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set. Waiting.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, here we go.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Here's Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for.
Big numbers, 100 in a bag, that's a big number.